Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently apparently running a deficit? No, we're not. As soon as I hit pause, it came out of deficit. We are running a bureaucracy deficit, but we're working on getting all of this built right now. And if I recall correctly, yeah, we have a lot of infamy. So we're going to be chilling a bit this episode, no doubt about that one. I do want to get these government administrations finished up, and most of these, or I guess a lot of them, maybe, yeah, most of them are not low efficiency right now. So that's a very good sign. I like it. Our low efficiencies are dropping off as well, so that's very, very good to see. I want to see all of these constructions of the government administrations done this episode, for sure. And that'll give us a pretty decent amount of bureaucracy headroom, which will be absolutely great. The iron mines are going to be hopefully finished up this episode as well, and the logging camps. That's maybe a bit ambitious, but that's kind of the goal here. I mean, we're running on minimum taxes right now, keep in mind. So we're doing absolutely fine. Apparently, Giuseppe Garibaldi has decided to go elsewhere. I wish him luck with that. Okay. So the question is, what is our next move? Well, we want to work a lot on colonization. Actually, we can work on Inner Mauritania, and that would be wonderful. We do have regular malaria here. Okay. No problem there. So we're going to continue to work on colonizing where we can. Field works have been unlocked. Cool. We're working on malaria prevention right now, and that's still 6 years out. I want to check in. How are we doing on our innovation cap? 133.6. Okay. I would like to deal with our literacy situation. Unfortunately, we're working on freedom of conscience right now into total separation. I would very much like to get our education system improved. Institution-wise, there's nothing we can do there. So we're as good as we can get education-wise for the moment. Okay, total separation comes through. Nice. I like it. So we do need British Vanuatu to have a port, and we'll certainly build that. That'll be 15 weeks, no problem whatsoever there. We're chunking through these government administrations actually surprisingly quickly. This one's going to be slow. Yeah, British Nauru is definitely not the highest construction efficiency in the land. No doubt about that. But that's okay. We're working on consolidating our colonies in Africa, and we're working on that just as fast as we can. We are a bit negative in our authority. That is noted. We could drop a consumption tax, and that's not actually a terrible idea. It would be tobacco that we would drop here, and that's absolutely fine. I'm okay with that. So no problem there, and we'll see if anybody decides to go after us the way the Ottomans did. I still don't really understand why they declared on us. It was very strange. But okay, if that's what they want to do, I wish them luck in that endeavor, because they're going to need it. So we're at 82.9 infamy right now. That definitely needs work. No doubt about that. But we're now positive in our bureaucracy. That's very good to see. How are we doing on our unemployment? 5.93 million peasants and 383k unemployment. That's not bad, all things considered. Okay, I like it. Our radicalism is dropping overall, I think. Gold has been depleted in Alaska. That's sad. That is, of course, our territory that we stole from Russia. And that is unfortunate. Yes. We do have a bunch. Actually, we can build 3 gold mines in Alaska, and we're definitely going to do that. That is top priority. I didn't realize that we had those available. But yeah, we're certainly going to do that. So I want to establish any colonies that we can. I want to certainly check in on our taxation capacity. I also want to check in on our infrastructure status. Okay, Yorkshire is going to need 2, and Midlands is going to need 1. For now, that's fine. British Fiji is isolated, so we'll build 1 level of port there. That'll be fine. Gold discovered in the North Island. Okay, that's up over here, of course. That's territory that's indirectly controlled by us. So for now, that's fine. I'm not too concerned about what's going on in Europe at the moment. I do want to get those gold mines built. Those are 10 weeks out. The railways are not going to be too long either. Colonization of Fiji has now completed, and so I'd like to incorporate that. That's Windward Coast, and that's Fiji. Perfect. Hello, pause menu. So that'll be fine for now. What are we building over here? Chemical plants, railways. Okay, sure. That's all reasonably fine. So this is all absolutely okay. I'm not concerned about anything that we've got going on right now. We're going to be positive in our bureaucracy as we finish up these government administrations. We are focusing a little bit more on these gold mines, railways right now, but that's absolutely acceptable. I'm not concerned about that. So I want to double check that our gold mines are set up correctly here. They're on picks and shovels. They should absolutely be on atmospheric engine pumps. Other than that, that seems fine. Yeah, cool. So we want to get that malaria prevention research. That's now 7 years out? Okay. We would definitely like to bring up our literacy a bit. That's for sure. That is absolutely for sure. Unfortunately, we really just can't right now. We could go to private schools, but I think that would reduce our education access. I want to go to public schools, but we are going to need a movement for that, which is sad. That would be the correct way to go for bringing up our literacy for sure. But let's just get this malaria prevention done so that we can colonize out over here, and then we can focus on other things other than colonization for a while, technologically anyway. So that's great. We finished up our gold mines. We are running a bit of a deficit right now, but I'm not too concerned about that. This should be absolutely fine. I'm deeply unconcerned about this for the moment. So we're going to continue to run a deficit as our government administrations finish. These are going to be a net drain on our resources for the time being. That's fine. I'm not concerned about that at all. Remember, we are running minimum taxes here. We can also crank down our government wages in particular if we decide we need to. That would reduce our prestige, but it's not that big of a deal. So that is a theoretical option. But for now, I'm really not concerned about running an 11K deficit. That is relatively irrelevant. One thing we should probably think about working towards is steel frame buildings after we get malaria prevention. So that would end up meaning going into society and just grabbing steel frame buildings right then. So that's predicted to finish in 9 years right now. Maybe we should swap these. Go for steel frame buildings right now, and then go for malaria prevention. That will put us very, very negative financially when we swap to steel frame buildings, and I'm aware of that. But that will boost our construction dramatically, as well as massively invigorating our GDP, which would be the idea. We're number 2 worldwide in GDP, and that is unacceptable. We need to get to number 1 worldwide, and honestly, these government administrations aren't going to help with that. But I still want to get them built. Note how we're hovering around 0 bureaucracy right now. Netherlands wants a trade agreement. No thanks, Netherlands. Cool. How are we doing on that infamy? 79? Okay, it's not dropped all that much. We definitely want to let that drop down a little bit more. That's for sure. Checking in up over here. Okay, this is looking good. Our colonial affairs investment has increased. So now we're going to start seeing our bureaucracy actually start to go up, I think. Well, we're still working on law enforcement and home affairs. But that is definitely going to start to go up soon. Cool. So our bureaucracy is going to start skyrocketing, which will, by the way, increase our state construction efficiency, which is wonderful. Voice of the Nation has finished up. Okay, we got a national anthem. Cool. The Metropolitan Police has been finished. We could get loyalists from servicemen pops or radicals from standard of living decrease reduction. That is the majority of our radicalism. Okay, London's finest are on the case. Beautiful. Momentum for the Tory party, I don't really care all that much about which party wins right now. So this is fine. The Tories aren't really stopping us from doing anything at this moment, but it would... They probably will. They probably will. I want to check in on our infrastructure quick. We're certainly going to need some more infrastructure in Yorkshire. So we'll get that going. But beyond that, we do need to build a port in British Canuck. Cool. So that is underway. And these standard of livings are definitely improving. Cool. So the Tory party wins. We do... Actually, France has begun embargoing us. How rude. We certainly could try to do a government reform, but it wouldn't actually help anything. So we'll not do that for right now. Okay, definitely low construction efficiency in British Canuck, but these are disconnected from our market right now, and we definitely need to work on that. Okay, any other colonies that we can start up right now? That's a negative. Okay. Sounds good. We are colonizing even faster than ever before. So that's great. We know that down here we've got severe malaria, and that is going to slow us down dramatically down this way. For the time being, we're 25 months away from steel frame buildings, and getting that is going to be very, very useful for us. So British Trucial Coast. Do you have a port? Yes, you do. Okay, I want to check all of these to make sure that they have a port. So British Nauru, yeah, we know we built one there. We can certainly build one in British Bougainville. Cool. Paper and tools are currently expensive. This is unsurprising. So innovation cap is 134.5. We're definitely at our innovation cap. So we still do get a little bit of innovation spread here, but it's inefficient, right? We only get like 10% of this unspent. Actually, it's like 6. So 1/6 appears to be what we get. Okay. East Micronesia and Tonga have been finished up. So we should definitely work on getting those incorporated. There we go. Micronesia and Tonga. Perfect. So that'll do. We're, of course, very solid on our bureaucracy right now, and that's going to continue to be the case. We're getting close to finishing up our government administrations. Now, the next question that I have is, why don't we just go in here and make sure that everywhere has at least one level of port? That would be the way to do this, right? We don't actually need that in Alaska. So for now, we can go through and make sure that everything has at least one level of port. Just to make sure that we don't have any of these that are disconnected. There. Cool. So that should be a much more efficient way to do this, rather than utilizing this thing. I wish it told us all of the locations that were isolated here. Unfortunately, it doesn't. So I'm just going to assume that anywhere that doesn't have a level of port is isolated. That's probably not a great assumption, particularly for things like Palestine and for Lebanon, because a lot of these probably do have ports and are connected via land routes to other ports. But I'm just going to assume that for now. It seems like the easiest way to proceed. We're only working on one government administration right now. That's a lot of port work happening. No doubt about that one. The French are definitely colonizing a lot of areas down over here. We're going to have to handle them eventually, but right now I'm not too concerned about it, especially not with our infamy where it's at. We need to let this drop. Our infamy is very, very high. So we're going to continue to attack over here in Arabia fairly soon, but not right now, obviously. Who is... It's China, right? Yeah, China's the #1 economy right now at 175 million. We are certainly going to be passing them, but it will take some time. What's France at? I saw that they were #3. Oh no, British Raj is #3. France is #5. Okay, cool. So if we combine our economy and our vassal economies, I think we are the #1 economy. But that's not how that's calculated. So that's fine for now. We're going to get all of these constructions done relatively soon here. That's great. Psychiatry has been unlocked. Okay. We're at a good surplus of bureaucracy right now. I love it. But we're almost done building the government administrations, so we're not going to be getting more of that for a while. Cool. We're going to be building these iron mines again, and that's great. We need to get those resources going. Market access in Gambia is currently low. Due to low infrastructure. Okay. We can certainly build some ports here. There are 4 queued up. Hang on. Are those 4 queued up in this mess, or are they in the private constructions? They shouldn't be here, right? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Gambia. I'm going to just cancel these 4 ports. And we're going to build 1 additional port at the top of the queue. There we go. So there's a native uprising against us. Oh no. Anyway, we're going to incorporate this state that we just finished colonizing, right? No, we're not. Okay. Interesting. So we definitely do need to deal with this situation. I'm just going to send Alexander Murray down here, and that should solve it. No problem whatsoever there. They're starting a native uprising against us, but that's not going to go well. I wish them luck with that endeavor. Cool. So we're just about done with our government administrations. 18 weeks until all of those are done. That is absolutely magnificent. And we are starting to work on these iron mines. There's not that many iron mines left to build. Water tube boilers have been unlocked. That gives us a lot of production methods. Okay, let's go through and get those done. So that gives us patent stills. Consider it done. That gives us water tube boilers. Yes, that gives us water tube boilers. So this is going to be absolutely demolishing the price of coal, right? Coal is going to be incredibly difficult to come by as we swap all of these over to, well, utilizing some amount of coal. So that's going to be exciting for our coal industry for sure. We're going to bump all of these guys over. I'm expecting a coal input goods shortage here. Let's kick it forward a week tick and see what we've got going on for that. We did improve our coal production, though. Okay, so currently that's not happening. Fascinating. Not running a coal input goods shortage. So for the time being, we'll keep working on these iron mines. We may still want to bring up, like, 10-ish coal mines. Something like that. Just to get these coal mines, you know, actually producing something. We know that our coal production is still going to be a little bit strained here. So I think this is fine. We'll get these coal mines completed. That's 14 weeks out. That's okay. The iron mines, there are still a number of them to go, but I would like to get those done. We definitely need to be working on our production. We're seeing our finances slip. No doubt about that. But I'm not shocked about it in the slightest. We've put a lot of investment into our bureaucracy. And to be clear, it's not really worth the 1.5% state construction efficiency, but we're going to need this bureaucracy later. That's why I went that route. So that'll be fine. And our war with Kikyu has broken out. It's not going to go well for them. It's already over. We don't even need to interact with this in any meaningful way. That war is already over. Our coal mines are, at this point, halfway done constructing, the ones that we moved up. So that's great. The French are trying to do an open market diplomatic play against Futatoro. Okay. I don't like it when they're doing stuff in Africa. I don't like that. Obviously, this war is super over, right? It's so over. That's not going to go well for them at all. So our coal mines are going to be done shortly. I want to check in here. Yeah, coal still isn't even considered expensive. So apparently our production increase is fine. We don't actually need more coal production right now. We will eventually. So I still want to build this. The landed gentry are upsetty in their spaghetti. That's incredibly normal. Like, I've never had a game of Victoria 3 where I didn't make the landowners just incredibly salty. So what are we going to go for next? We have no workers' rights right now. We have propertied women. Child labor is allowed. We do allow right of assembly. We're on per capita taxation. Proportional would be plus 14K. We would want to go down to graduated, but for the moment, we can't do that right now. Netherlands has sided with Netherlands in the diplomatic play against the Jambi peasant revolt. I always find these entertaining. It's like, good job, Netherlands. You sided with yourself on this one. So we're about to run out of gold reserves here. That's okay. We're going to finish up our government administrations here, and we're working on our actual production now. So we should start to see our gold reserves, or rather our deficit, start to take some hits here. There's another native uprising that was started against us. Okay, I really don't care about this. I'm going to send Alexander Murray over here as well. Okay, and apparently sneeze. That's perfect. And I've also... We need another general, don't we? Yes, we do. And this is going to be out of the North Sea HQ. I'm going to recruit this guy from the Industrialists, and I'm just going to send him over to here for now. We'll just wrap this up real quick. Cool. So that'll be okay. We've got another uprising against us, but this is irrelevant. These guys will capitulate shortly. That's already dealt with. No problem. Can we colonize any additional locations? The answer is no, we cannot. We can declare potentially some interests, though. In Siberia, in Germany, Danube, the Midwest, Dixie, Mexico, Central Asia, Caucasus, and Himalayas. I'm not actually interested in any of those areas right now, so we're not going to do that at this moment. Gold was depleted in British Columbia. That's very sad indeed. And checking in here, yeah, they capitulated. That's to be expected. Market access in the Niger Delta is at 98%. This probably means that this requires an additional port. And market access in the Midlands has dropped. This probably needs a railway. Yes. So we'll get that underway for now. I do want to check in on our infrastructure situation here. Yeah, that's all absolutely fine. Cool. So no problems whatsoever there. We should be arriving down over here relatively soon. 20 days? Yeah, this is fine. We'll have plenty of time to get that done. So the question is, are we going to get all of these iron mines done this episode? As I said, that was probably ambitious. Definitely getting the logging camps done was really ambitious. That said, we did move up our coal mines. We would be quite a lot further in these iron mines without doing that, but that's okay. How are we doing on our unemployment? 437. That number is dropping. Okay. So that's good to know. That is very, very good to know. We are definitely running this deficit, and we may end up having to raise our taxes. In fact, we should at this point. So I'm going to raise those taxes right on up, and this war is going to break out. There's no actual problem here. No actual problem whatsoever. We're going to be done with steel frame buildings in 5 months, and that is going to be expensive to implement. Very, very expensive. Luckily, we've got all these iron mines, so it should be relatively okay. This war is super over, right? We're not expecting any problems whatsoever here. The U.S. colonized New Mexico. I wish them luck with that. We need to finish this colonization out over here to be able to federate Canada. And federating Australia, we need to finish the colonization down here. Now, that's definitely making progress. So that's okay. We can't actually contribute to that, it seems. But yeah, this war, they never had a chance. With native uprisings, it makes sense why we're able to just crush them like that. I don't know about the Ottomans declaring on us the way they did last episode, though. That was wild. They should not have done that. That's for sure. Okay. Okay, so we're down to close to 1 page of iron mines. That's looking great. We're nearly done with our iron mine construction. I say as we have the ability to construct a bunch more iron mines. We're not going to do that at this time. I want to get through this construction queue, which is down to 1678 weeks. That's actually dropped by a lot. I like it. That's very, very good. So our iron mines are very close to being done. Our first round of iron mines, anyway. This is, of course, they're going to capitulate. Obviously. They have no chance. And they have no choice. They're definitely going to capitulate. So that's fine. We just need to get this last little area dealt with. And then that'll be great. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I want to check here. Okay, 69.1. Cool. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're definitely going to finish up these iron mines. And we'll definitely finish up the logging camps as well. Maybe the fishing wharves. I don't know. We have a lot of fishing wharves there, but those do build pretty quickly. We'll see. We'll get our steel frame buildings going, and we'll run a giant deficit. I can tell you that right now. You can leave the offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.